Hey guys, Mad Scientist here, and I'm going to give a quick analysis of the new 311 lightweight title fight between Islam Makhachev and Renato Moicano. Now, for me, I think this is a better title fight. Like I like Renato more as a person. Like from his videos, I like his personality more than Arman Sarukian from his interviews. Um, but I don't think Renato will win this fight, and here is why. Now I think now if you look at the striking between the two fighters, I think Renato is the better striker of the two. He his striking is much more diverse than Islam's, and I remember from when he was back at featherweight, like to me I referred to him more as a Muay Thai fighter. Like he was known by for me by his striking. Like we didn't really see much of his ground game and his jiu-jitsu, and he did pretty good at featherweight. But I did notice, although this was at featherweight, that he doesn't like pressure. I remember Aldo and Ortega, they finished him and they put him under pressure with their pressure, and they forced him to make mistakes, and they opened things up, and they were able to finish him. And I think if Islam is able to keep the pressure on, just to stay in his face, kind of like how Bilal did to Leon Edwards, then I think Islam can force him to not have to make a mistake, and he can catch him with a takedown, or catch him with a punch, or catch him with a submission, maybe a choke, and finish the fight. But neither Islam and Renato, they don't have heavy hands, so I don't see the fight ending by a strike. Maybe a accumulation of strikes, but not a single strike. Yeah, so I think Islam may have the advantage there, and on the ground, Islam will be the bigger guy of the two, and Islam definitely has the better wrestling. And I think Islam would be bigger and stronger on top. It's a position which we actually seen at lightweight that Renato is good at. But if the fight goes to the ground, which it may or may not do, I think Islam will have the advantage, and maybe he can catch him in a submission whilst on the ground. I think the fight will stay standing though, because I remember when RDA fought Renato at lightweight as a short notice fight, RDA kept the fight standing, and RDA, you know how good he is on the ground, and he was weary. I don't know, maybe he was weary of Renato's ground game, or he thought that he would have the advantage of Renato standing. I don't know, but in saying that, Islam did go fight on the ground with Oliveira, and Oliveira's got a dangerous ground game. But Islam did knock him to the ground. But we'll see. Yeah, and from Renato's fights, I don't know what his bottom game is like. I don't know how he is at reversing position and submissions from the bottom. So yeah, there isn't really much evidence there, but I still think that Islam will get the better of him on the ground. And as the fight is 5 rounds, something that Renato wasn't prepared for, Islam would definitely may win it in the later rounds and have that cardio to keep going to get that submission. So ultimately, I think Islam wins this fight by submission, probably in the later rounds, third or fourth round, or maybe even a decision. But definitely Islam winning and remaining the champion. And see you later, guys.